Hello and welcome to the channel. This is just a very quick first reaction, impromptu little video, really looking at the major update in the Department of Justice's antitrust trial with Google. In the past few hours, Judge Amit Mehta has made the landmark ruling, finding that Google has violated the Sherman Act. The decision primarily centers on Google's exclusive search deals with Android and Apple devices, of which it is reported that Google has spent up to $20 billion a year for the right and privilege to be the default search application on the Apple devices themselves. And obviously, Android is within the Alphabet ecosystem. It has that default anyway. So, looking more specifically at Google's monopoly in quantitative terms. So, back in 2009, Google reportedly held 80% of the search market share. This has risen to more than 90% by 2020. Now, back in the early 2000s, other search engines held high market shares, the likes of Ask Jeeves, for example. And Google do plan to appeal the decision. Google is arguing that their search engine's dominance is due to superior quality and not the anti-competitive behavior, the similar kind of quality that saw it rise in the early kind of search engine wars back then. Now, the ruling specifically only addresses Google's liability in the case. It does not cover any remedies or any solutions as of yet, and these will come at a later date. At this moment in time, we can only really speculate as to what these remedies may be. We know at the moment there's other legislations going on in places like the EU, which is greatly affecting how Google operates in certain categories and sectors and how it uses certain search features, such as the hotel and flights feature in travel, for example. Now, we can look to other markets and other legislative rulings for a steer on how this could affect the market. In 2001, the Russian Roskomnadzor basically did a similar kind of thing. It said that Google was being monopolistic in not allowing Russian citizens to choose default search engines on Android devices, and it forced Android and Google to basically to create a widget giving users the choice of which search engine to pick by default, whereas previously they'd have an Android default Google, and etc. When this ruling came into place just over 2 years ago, the search engine split in the Russian market was roughly 50-50, probably 52-48, 51-49 in favor of Yandex. Now, since that came into play, and over years, Yandex has opened up a lead which is more like a 60-40, 65-35. So giving users the choice to change default search engines certainly made an impact and has made a dent in Google's search dominance in that market. Bing in recent months has made a shift. I think the recent statistics I saw were that Bing had moved from something like a 6% market share to something like an 8.5. And if users have a choice to further actually make this, we could see users move away from Google even more. Privacy-focused search engines like DuckDuckGo, which do use Bing itself, even some of the other players in the market like Ecosia, and even with the potential of Search GPT on the horizon, giving users that choice, and given how the market has matured to a point, users are a lot more educated, they're a lot more savvy with their online profiles. Depending on what media they consume and what their viewpoints are, they may see that sticking with the Google ecosystem is detrimental to them. And it's that kind of big corporation. So you could actually see Bing improving, DuckDuckGo improving, which from an SEO perspective actually kind of opens up the playing field even more for us, because Bing has historically just always been the secondary engine. What works in Google will work for Bing. Now, in recent weeks and months, Bing has become more of a focus with a number of AI tools like LinkedIn AI, etc., using Bing's search index for information retrieval when connecting to the web and things like that. So there has been some importance on the AI recall and accuracy within Bing, and especially from a P2P perspective, Bing has usually been more important, especially when your sectors have lockdown equipment, which is stuck on Explorer, therefore stuck on Bing as default and things like that. But this actually makes it more interesting and opens up the field even more. And I think I think it's refreshing for the practice and can only be positive for users going forward. And for us as SEOs, it gives us more elements to our craft, more skills to master, and importantly, more seat at the table in ensuring an overall organic discovery and organic discovery optimization versus just optimization on search engines. So that's kind of my initial thoughts on this. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. I am going to be recording episodes of a Tech SEO podcast on this, as well as some other impromptu kind of chats with friends over the coming days. But please let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I will read and respond to every single one. I'm also happy to have a chat on it on a podcast or on a video if you want. So if you enjoyed this video, and I urge you to check out the other content on the channel, please hit subscribe, drop a like, and thank you very much for watching.